No, this isn't the criminal matter.
Oh,
He was here this morning.
Oh, all right.
We handled that other matter this morning.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I got confused.
Kim Blandino, appearing pro se for Kim Blandino.
Yeah, I know you're present.
Michael Federico.
Okay.
Judge, I have to swear them in.
Yeah, swear him in. Go ahead.
Your Honor, if I may, don't have my paperwork. Can I have a copy of the complaint and stuff? I asked for it to be brought up from
You
the jail.
never got one?
No, I have it, but when I was arrested, I brought it with me. They didn't bring
Okay,
it down
hold
to
it,
the
hold
jail.
it, please. Let's be sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Am I to be sworn in too?
Yeah.
Oh, I state under penalty of perjury before God and man that I will tell the truth, and as far as matters of belief, those matters I believe them to be true.
Okay, I'll accept it. Let's go. All right, what's the problem here? What's the issue?
Excuse me, I don't
Now,
have...
wait a minute. You're the adverse party.
I know, but I don't have a copy of the claim. How am I gonna...
You had it. It's in your paperwork, sir.
It's there at the jail. They wouldn't transport me with it.
You had it. You should have read it. What's the problem?
I did read it, but I...
Please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've been a pro tem judge in Justice Court, Municipal Court since like 2001. Never had any problem with a defendant who appeared in front of me. This individual who apparently is in custody right now, I heard a traffic trial. This is a misdemeanor traffic trial, Municipal Court, first floor. Maybe 8 or 9 months ago, I don't know, it was sometime in 2018. And then, about 6 weeks ago, he shows up to my private office. And he wants to talk to me, kind of acting erratic, talking to the staff.
Objection, Your Honor.
Please.
Objection to erratic. Assumes facts not in
Oh,
evidence.
this is a civil hearing. Go ahead.
All right. So anyway, making the staff nervous. I kind of keep an eye on things from up above. I didn't really remember the name, but I remembered the voice as I looked over from the second floor. Kept an eye on things, so I didn't call Metro about him. Looking for Judge Federico. I'm like, this has never happened. It's kind of freaky as a layperson. So ultimately, after about 20 minutes of hanging around in the lobby, not wanting to leave, he writes me a letter that was pretty much, hey, look, you heard this trial form, you were the judge, and if we don't talk compensation, whatever it says, it's attached to the documents. Compensation, then I'm going to go and make a judicial complaint against you. Well, I've never seen something like this before in my life. Kind of panicked, kind of concerned, thinking I got to look over my back, talk to some people, and I go to Metro. So next morning I walk over to Metro, Northwest Command was right next door to the office. I also call administration because it's talking about me as a judicial, in my judicial capacity as a pro tem. And contact the DA's office, contact GAEAs. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. What's the problem? This is highly unusual in my experiences. Be on the lookout. This person's a problem. And that was it. Then about 3 or 4 weeks later, I'm sitting downstairs in that municipal traffic court, hearing traffic matters. And he strolls in, plops down right in front, guy with a smirk on his face, catches me off guard, and I'm like, you gotta go. You can't, you sent me this letter, and you gotta get out of here. He puts up a little bit of, argument, it's all videotaped. And then ultimately, after I threaten him with contempt, he leaves the court. That afternoon, guess what? He drives back to my private office again, this time with some kind of typed up letter. Similar, I didn't really read it, I kind of skimmed it. It was the same kind of threats going to the judicial panel. The fact that he lives downtown on like 16th Street, and he's driving some 30-year-old pickup truck all the way up to Cheyenne and 215 to do this.
Well, let's just get to the bottom line, what it is. I mean, I know it's all this,
Sure.
what is the issue?
He harassed me at my office, emails, telephone calls. He sent an email to a bunch of my colleagues about my something about misconduct. He's harassing me. I look over my back. I have a concealed weapon permit, but I haven't packed in years. It's made me think about it. I'm concerned about showing my house. Goes in my office. He tries to get me fired from my job, from some kind of baseless claims because he's not happy with a traffic matter. It was a traffic trial that kind of went the way you just experienced with me. So I'm looking for an order of protection for this harassment. Trying to get me fired from my job. Threatens me, harasses me, concerned for my safety. Like I said, I have weapons. I don't like carrying them, but it's a concern, and obviously I just heard that he had some problems with even being on house arrest for the felony charges currently, I think, in this department regarding the extortion plot against me that was baseless anyway. So, I think you probably get a little bit of the gist of it from experiencing him just now, what I dealt with for probably a couple hours over traffic. But I don't want him bothering me, and I know, I've heard anyway, that in his felony case that's in front of this court, that there is a stay-away order from me. But, I mean, I did all I could to wait, because I never did this before. I've heard these before, but I've never did this before as a litigant. I did everything just to wait to see what happens with the criminal matter, because I really didn't want to do this. But because of the chance that there was no stay-away order, because of, obviously, he has some kind of problem with authority, unfortunately, here I am today after making a court appearance for a client, hearing for myself, and saying, hey, we need some orders in effect with some teeth.
All right.
That's all.
All right, Mr. Blandino, what's your story?
Don't I get to cross-examine the witness? If this is a prosecution?
Well, ask him a question. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I'll ask several questions.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be limited to a few of them.
Isn't it true that, Mr. Federico, that I made a complaint with the customer feedback form, then typed up a thing, and then went over to your office on that same, April 25th day?
I have no now. I don't know anything about that.
You attached them as exhibits.
I didn't even look at them. I mean, they weren't that important.
You attached the exhibits to this
Important
very.
thing
Hold it,
showed
hold
my
it.
private office threatening me. That's all that's
Hold it,
important.
hold
Not
it.
any kind of mumbo
One
jumbo.
at a time. One at a time. You got a couple more questions?
Yeah, am I only gonna get a couple more questions?
Well, we got a long morning.
I can cross-examine this guy for hours.
Yeah.
Excuse me, isn't it true on the complaint that you attached as exhibit the very letter that was dropped off to you on April 25th, 2019?
Whatever you dropped, whatever you wrote, and then, I think just whatever you wrote was attached, of course. I'm gonna cooperate with the police in any way possible against a convicted felon like you, sir.
But you just seemed to be evasive just a minute ago. This is inconsistent.
I'm not the kidnapper here, sir.
All right, hold it. Listen. Are you listen to me, Mr. Blandino. Blandino, excuse me. Are you going to stop your actions against him?
Your Honor, I need to evidence that this is abusive process, what this man is doing here. There's an ulterior purpose to him doing this. He made a speaker phone call. I've got a witness to that speaker phone call right there. He did it in conjunction with the police. He's trying to make it sound like he never said, Mr. Blandino, I don't want you to show up at my office. I don't want you to contact me in an email. That was never said.
Why do you want to contact them at his office? Their case is done. If this is a case that was back in the municipal court, the traffic matter, that case is history.
I got the perfect answer for that.
If you weren't satisfied, you could have appealed.
I have appealed it, and I will take it on mandamus to the Supreme Court if necessary.
Do what you have to.
But there's another collateral issue.
Hold it. That is your process. That is the way you should do it. Go the legal route. File an appeal. File a writ of mandamus. File a writ of certiorari. Whatever it is to get it heard. But stay away from him.
He never told me once throughout this process to stay away. Not once.
Well, I'm telling you.
That's why this is disingenuous.
Hold it. I'm telling you to stay away.
But
until this matter is fully resolved.
If you will retract your order, I will guarantee on my own oath that I will stay away from him. I do not want the court imposing something on me that by my own volition I will say under my own word of honor, which I have witnesses to testify, I will stay away from him.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. You said you'll stay away from him.
Yes.
I'm going to continue this for 30 days. Granted, 30 days. You promise me that you stay away from him, then the order will be dissolved.
No, I'm sorry, Your Honor. This is abusive process, and I have a right as an adverse party to make a record because this is a tarnish on my name. I've already been wrongly declared a vexatious litigant by the district court. That is on appeal. I have a Ninth Circuit case regarding another judge's misconduct. I have taken it upon myself to voluntarily investigate on an unpaid basis judicial misconduct and corruption. Already this year, I've gotten 2 letters of caution issued to Judge Douglas Herndon and Judge Robert Baer.
All right.
I have active 2 complaints now, and I have 3 yet to file.
All right, hold it.
I have a right to
Listen to me,
investigate
listen
judicial
to me. You
misconduct.
said you promised that you will stay away from him. If I
Now-
don't order, you promise to stay away from him.
Now, if,
You
what
listen to me.
I'm sorry.
Isn't that what you said?
But I would like to make a codicil to that.
Oh.
I should be allowed, as a member of the public, to still come in, as soon as I'm cleared to come into the RJC again, to still come into that courtroom where he's attending and do my
I
investigative
cannot keep you from
capacities.
coming in the RJC. I cannot keep you from not coming in.
Can I come into an open courtroom as long as I'm not disruptive and take notes? I'm also an
I don't know,
investigative
whatever
reporter.
the rules in the RJC, but I cannot keep you from going.
He can't, it's part of Talia's order.
That's what I tried to
Oh, okay,
explain
well,
earlier
part
this
of,
morning.
all right, part of the judge's order, Judge Saline's order, said you can't come in.
Exactly, but we need
Well,
that
that was
modified.
her order.
I am going to ask to modify that order and to.
Now, I'm not gonna modify her order.
I know, I understand that, and you're in a tricky position here because you can't go against what another judge. But I'm gonna ask for a modification of bail and the modification of the bail conditions.
You,
including
now
the
wait a
RJC.
minute, you already been released this morning on, back on house arrest. The DA agreed to that. You got some city manners. I talked to you this morning that you go to the city, you transfer it, get those taken care of. Now, you promised me you stay away from him, and I'm gonna set it for 30 days for a status check. Now listen to me, listen. If it's brought and proven that you had contacted this person in any way within the 30 days, then a TPO will be issued against you for 1 year. You understand that? You promised me that if I didn't order it, you'll stay away.
Except that I can come into an open court, is that
I
still
don't
an open
know, that's
question
not,
with you?
that, hold it. That I did not issue, that's Judge Salini. Whatever she said, that's in the other case, that she ordered that.
So what I'm asking though, is the stay away order is restricted to his activities outside this, where he's not in the, sitting on the bench where I can take notes and investigate misconduct, further misconduct on this pro tem judge's part.
I cannot, you already got an order staying away from the,
But if I get that modified, I want to make clear that if I'm clear to that order on a motion to modify bail or to reduce the restrictions upon me, that I can come into an open courtroom. He's got a marshal. I have a constant
Hold it.
marshal.
He needs to stay away 100 feet away.
Okay, I guess you're allowed in, but you have to stay 100 feet away. I don't.
Yeah, see, I never got a written and signed copy of the order. All I saw was a minute order.
All right, the TPO said that you're allowed in, but you have to stay 100 feet away from him.
So that would be when I'm on the bench, and I'm in my courtroom.
Yeah.
Right.
That's 100 feet.
I would respectfully request that a condition of anything that goes on here today is you should be able to prove that he sought gainful employment. That's what I would like to see.
To do what?
Have gainful employment. In other words, have something else to do.
Objection, Your Honor, this is
No,
not allowed.
hold it. Here's, 30 days, you promise you stay away. I'm gonna have a 30-day status check.
All right.
If it is brought the detention that you had contacted him and violated within the 100 feet to stay away, then a TPO will be issued for 1 year.
Now, Your Honor, in fairness, he has to keep 100 feet away from me as well. Is that true?
You 100 feet from him.
What if we go into a Walmart? This happened. Went to Walmart and he comes up.
Will you
He
see
could
him?
say I violated.
When you,
I'll stay
That has
I'll
to-
stay out of Walmart.
yeah, stay out of Walmart, okay? All right.
Your Honor, this isn't funny. I don't believe that's
I'm going to
inappropriate.
target you go to Walmart.
No, hey, now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. You understand now? You understand? I'm not going to issue any today. You promised me that you'd stay away from him within 100 feet, wherever it is, here in the courthouse, wherever it is. Stay away from his office. Listen to me. If you do that, we'll set to have a status check in 30 days. If you violate that and you do contact them, then a temporary protective order will be issued for 1 year.
Now, if I do run into him in a public setting where it's surprise, is there a number I can call to be saying, you know, I ran into him, I'm trying to cover my bases. Is there a number I can call? Can I call the judicial assistant to the judge or the law clerk?
We can call the police.
okay?
But that won't do any good.
No, but I'll just say, hey, I ran into him at this gas station or whatever. I don't want him to make a false charge or a false claim, because this man is not a truth teller.
All right, you know the consequences. You understand that?
I do understand.
Okay.
So you're gonna issue the temporary for
Yeah.
30 days?
No, I'm gonna take on his promise, and I'm gonna have a 30-day status check
Okay,
to see if he violates, and then a TPO will be issued.
okay.
Now, if I have court appearances, I will be walking through the courthouse, and he could be there too. So I have a
Well,
marshal
whatever the order at the courthouse,
I have a marshal escort at all times through the RJC. That's been in existence since June of last year.
well, then that will continue.
And so they will be my witness. I would like to advise this judge that they will witness, and these are good, honorable men in the marshal service, and that if there is any hanky-panky done where you try to initiate contact,
I'm not the convicted liar you are, so
Yeah.
just stop addressing me now, please.
Yeah,
Please,
listen.
enough with your nonsense.
I agree. That's enough. Just stay away from him.
I will do everything I can to.
Oh, you're going to,
Yeah,
and we'll have a hearing, we'll have it back in 30 days.
before you or Judge Cellini.
I'll probably be before me.
Your Honor, we'll need a date and time.
Yeah.
I'll just double check my calendar, then I
It'll be
appreciate it.
July 9th.
You said it was granted for 30 days, so it's not granted?
No,
No,
I
he's
think,
just gonna let us go.
he promised. He told me if I don't grant it, he'll promise to stay away. So let's do it. If he doesn't, then it will be granted for 1 year.
Is this July 19th the date?
July 9th.
July
We
9th.
need a couple days before, well, I'm gonna be out of the jurisdiction, I
Are you-
think, from the 9th to like the 14th.
Hold on.
Make it the 8th.
Yeah, earlier is better for me too.
Okay.
The 16th?
Oh, later?
July.
That
Make
means
it
more
earlier,
than
make it
30
earlier.
days.
That's gonna make it more difficult for him to stay away, apparently, Your Honor.
No, if we could just make it earlier.
You'll be out of
hang
town
on 30
anyway.
days.
Okay, July 2nd?
July 2nd is
Makes
good.
him feel a little better. What time,
At 9:45.
alright.
And Your Honor, I don't know if I could get an abusive process started that soon, but if I'm doing
That has nothing to
If I'm
do,
doing a suit against this man, then that does not count as contact, correct?
if you do it through the judicial means.
Right.
In other words,
I'll
if
have
you got
professional
papers,
service done if I can get
listen
this
to me.
done.
If you got papers, have a server do it.
Don't
Don't
do
do
that.
it yourself.
Thank you.
Don't contact them, whatever it is. I cannot prevent you from filing
Well, you said no
anything.
phone calls, no mails, but, and I just want to
No
make sure.
contact, period.
Right, but
You don't
service of
need to.
process is a different
Have,
thing.
have your attorney do it, if you're gonna do
I'm
it.
representing myself.
Okay, well, no contact,
Yeah,
period.
he can't serve me and come anywhere where I am, right? I mean,
No,
obviously you can see
I
his-
said he's gotta
you can see
have a
his-
So I'll get a
Process service.
professional service, legal wings or one of the other
Yeah,
services.
right,
yeah.
that's
This
what I'm
guy-
saying.
I mean, he's obviously obsessed, as you can see. I mean, it's shocking. I've never had this happen, but, you know.
He's obviously paranoid and you counter.
Hold it, hold it.
I think everybody in this courtroom.
Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. If you're gonna serve, you get wings.
Right.
Have them served.
Will do, Judge.
You promised me,
Right,
and I'm gonna hear it. And I'll be here July 2nd to hear it.
all right. Thank
You
you very
understand
much.
that?
Thank you.
All right.